So a couple of years ago, we ordered some custom donuts for this party we were having. I walk into the donut shop and I said, yes, I would like to pick up an order for Nick Miller. The guy behind the cashier gets this weird look on his face and he goes, are you aware of the television character with your same name? Yeah, I'm aware. It's my name first. Welcome to I Am Nick Miller, where we dream big, set goals, and then accomplish them because hope is not a strategy. If the vision of this channel really resonates with you, I would love it if you would subscribe and hit that bell so every time I upload a new video, you can be notified. Do we like the desk? I can't decide if we do. So a couple of years ago, I was listening to a podcast and I heard this phrase, hope is not a strategy. You know, for the longest time, hope was my strategy. I remember sitting down at my kitchen table writing out some of the goals that I had for Wild Oak Films, the wedding video business that I run with my wife. And in 2015, I can vividly remember writing down this goal: make $5,000 filming a wedding. At the time when I wrote out this goal, we were charging around $2,800 for our wedding videography services. So if you're good at fast math, you can see that we basically wanted to double our pricing in a year. You know, I would love to tell you that we hit that 5K mark in 2015, but we didn't. You see, I had the same problem that many of you probably have when it comes to accomplishing your goals. I had a dream, a big one. I had hope, big hope, but I had no plan on how to get there. When you really think about it, it's no wonder why so many of us don't accomplish the things that we want to do. We don't have a plan. We have no strategy. In college, I was a summer youth ministry intern for a local church. Every year, the youth ministry would do a service trip to the mountains of Colorado. One day on this trip, the entire group decided to go into the mountains and do some hiking. As we got out of the vans at the trailhead, you could see this trail kind of zigzagging across the side of the mountain. It probably went up 75 to 100 feet to this plateau area, which was a pretty common picture spot. As the youth minister starts walking up this pretty easy trail with 50 plus students, a few high school boys decide that they're going to run up the side of the mountain and meet everyone at the top. The youth minister tells the guys, hey, that's fine, as long as Nick, me, goes with them. This was a big mistake. You see, these boys were on varsity soccer, basketball, and baseball. Now, I was 24 years old at the time, but I hadn't been doing any kind of summer conditioning like these guys. So we take off up the side of this mountain, and it starts out pretty easy. But before too long, we hit some hard dirt, which changed into big rocks and then smaller rocks. And then basically we were just kind of going up gravel. As we get close to the top, I'm probably about 10 feet away, I slip. And when I slipped, I skidded down maybe a couple feet, but for me, it felt like 100 and I froze. You see, me and heights, we are not like, what did they say in Forrest Gump, peas and carrots? No, we're like me and most vegetables. I do not like them. So why in the world did I decide to go up the side of the mountain with these kids? I remember praying to God as I'm laying there on the side of this mountain, God, please don't let me die. I was terrified. Thankfully, some old mountain man happened to be walking by and he helped me get up and get to the plateau area so that I could meet the big group. You see, when it came to running my video business, I didn't go to school to be a business owner. This business that I had kind of started by accident, I never intended it to be a full-time job. I was the guy who started a business for fun, fell in love with it, but then I didn't know what to do. So in 2016, I decided that hope wasn't enough and I started climbing. I didn't know what I needed to do, but I knew I needed to do something. It was time to grow. So that year, Jen and I hired a mentor. We spent 8 weeks learning about business and how to craft better wedding films. In 2017, Jen and I went to a workshop where we learned. We were challenged and inspired to do big things for our business. In 2018, I met John, who I now run How to Film Weddings with, and I have learned so much from him. You see, where I lack in business, John basically has it coming out of his ears. Finally. Finally, in late 2019, after lots of learning and hard work and sticking with our strategy, Jen and I booked that $5,000 package. Since that $5,000 booking, Jen and I's business has grown. We have learned a lot, and now our base price for wedding videography is $5,000. When I look back on it, was I ready to run up the side of that mountain with those 3 high school boys? Absolutely not. Am I glad that I did it? Yeah, I think I am. In that specific instance, I had a goal, which was to get to the top of that mountain. But the only way I was going to accomplish that goal was to do something, to take action. Hope would not get me to the top of that mountain. But having a strategy, even though it was a poor one, it got me where I wanted to go. I know that you have goals, hopes, and dreams of things that you want to accomplish in your life. My challenge to you today is to start, to take one step, head up that side of the mountain, even if you're not ready. Here's a quote by Langston Hughes that I want to leave you with. The only way to get a thing done is to start to do it, then keep on doing it, and finally, you'll finish it. Hear me when I say this. You can do the things that you want to do in your life, but hope is not a strategy.